The man who never makes a mistake always takes orders from one who does. No man or woman who tries to pursue an ideal in his or her own way is without enemies. Through the words of Daisy Bates. I had no idea that history was being made. I was just tired of giving up. Through the words of Rosa Parks. Rosa Parks was the biggest and main inspiration to the Little Rock Nine. The Little Rock Nine was a group made up of 9 black African American kids who came together in 1957, all through the help of Daisy Bates. Daisy Bates was the president of the NAACP Association, which stands for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People. She was also the co-publisher of the Arkansas State Press. Daisy Bates was tired of schools being separate and black schools only using used materials from the white schools. She decided to make this group and make a change for the better. Orville Faubus treated these 9 black African American kids differently because he wanted segregation to stay in schools no matter the cost. He lured the kids to the school under false pretenses and cruelly ridiculed them. Soon the president, Dwight D. Eisenhower, found out and worked with the head judge, Ronald Davies, to put a stop to his madness. Orville Faubus sent the state's National Guard to make sure the 9 black African American kids did not even step 1 foot into the school. Orville Faubus once said, "To you people in this struggle who seek to preserve our form of government, I am proud of my role as a leader in the fight. I did not seek this role, it was thrust upon me in the course of events." When the president and the head judge found out what Orville Faubus was doing to these poor kids, they quickly sent a demand for the guards to be removed and sent in the 101st Airborne to protect the kids at all costs. However, even with the 101st Airborne, that wasn't enough to protect these kids. The Little Rock Nine faced many challenges. For example, white people shamed them and ridiculed them and poorly beat them up for no reason at all, besides the fact that they didn't want them in their school. All of these violated the 14th Amendment and destroyed self-respect for growing children and stamped black kids with inferiority. Segregation in schools were inherently unequal and could not be made equal at all costs. The desegregation of schools tore apart many communities by being fought with anger and bitterness. On the Little Rock Nine's first full day of school, they had to be snuck in through a side door by the Little Rock police, just to ensure their safety. They didn't even make it 7 hours into the school day until they had to be escorted out of the school and sent home due to threats and harsh treatment. Many of the white students kept making threats and telling them to leave because they didn't belong there. On the Little Rock Nine's first full day of school, they had to be escorted inside the school and snuck in through a side door. They were escorted by the Little Rock Nine police. It wasn't long until 7 hours later that they had to be escorted home due to harsh treatment and threats from the white kids and other teachers. They still had to use used materials as well, and it made them feel like they were still an outsider. It wasn't long until white parents and other white citizens found out that their children were in the same school as these 9 black African American kids. They didn't feel comfortable and they took it to the school board. The school board decided to tell Governor Orville Faubus, and he made it a public vote. This public vote would shut down the whole school. The school shut down for a whole year in 1958 and reopened in 1959. Everyone was still mad that the school reopened, but at least it got to shut down for a whole year. When the school reopened, only 3 of the original 9 kids graduated. The other 6 got scared due to the threats and also found better educations in other schools to brighten up their future. However, these kids still made a huge change and changed our lives. The Little Rock Nine was a powerful stand-up piece in history. The Little Rock Nine didn't have any short-term effects because they only made big impacts, such as impacting the civil rights movement and the fight for equality. They gave colored people a chance to go to better schools, which would get better educations, which would end up giving them better jobs. This topic is important because it changed the world for the better and taught people that you shouldn't be so quick to judge someone just based on what they look like. It taught people that if there is a difference to be made, it can and will happen. These 9 kids are an inspiration to everyone. They went through so much just to teach us that. They had so much responsibility to go to the school, obey the laws, yet still make a change. I believe that we should have more people like this in history. I believe that we should have more people that decide to stand up for a change, make this big of a difference in our lives, because you may regret it later. Only changing things now could change everyone's future. It could change it for the better. It could change the whole world. When everything was said and done, shortly, every member of the Little Rock Nine got awarded a gold medal for their courage and everything that they changed. They also got a special invitation to President Barack Obama's house for a special dinner to congratulate them all. This event in the past still affects our today lives. Segregation may not be completely gone, but nothing ever really is. These kids have still held a big impact and changed all of our lives for the better, and everyone's lives yet to come. And that is how they impacted everyone's lives for the better.